Alright, Zulug here. So today I'm going to show you the Misty Mountain Pass. I'm on the War of the Rings, Lord of the Rings server on Valheim. Right now we are in Dunland. I'd show you on the map, but the map's broken. And before I do this, let's get this build camera going. So it's going to be really hard to do this justice, even with the build camera, because it's such a long road. I didn't do any terraforming. I did crack some holes in some stone. Uh, but that's kind of wigging out there, huh? All right. And then, yeah, so this goes way up here. Some of the mountains not showing. That's a bug with the build camera. All right, so it'll show when I walk by it. It's not rendering. All right, so we're gonna. This is a long road, just to warn you. And if you really want to see it and see all the cool views, you're gonna have to run it yourself. It goes from Dunland to Isengard, and it is a safe passage. As far as falling goes, there are some wolves and some drakes from time to time, for sure. There's a little repair station carved out of the stone. Sorry, my food's running out. Let's fill that up. Let's take a look. Sorry. There, now it's rendering better. So here, this little golem and his battlefield. This is a nice flat piece of land that was here. The stone here, I'm thinking there was a building here and the golem like smashed it. But skeletons spawn here, so it's a constant battle here. It's pretty cool. I do come and kill the golem once in a while for the crystal, but I make sure not to place anything near him that'll prevent him from spawning because it is kind of a neat thing to see on this site as you're running through. And we're gonna run past him right now. He usually gets pissed and breaks skeleton bones flying off the mountainside past you as you run by. It's kind of fun. Alright, I'm not going to stop too many times because this is a long road. This took me all week to make on my off time, and on my day off yesterday I finished it up. Let's see the path we just ran up here. That is Dunland, best as I can figure on the map. There's our golem there checking us out. He hasn't smashed any of the wood yet. He did break a hole in the rocks and get stuck, and I had to kill him so that he would respawn, but yeah. Alright, so here we make a decision. We can go straight to Isengard, or we can stop at the little Misty outpost and refuel and freshen up. I think we're going to go up here. That little shortcut to Isengard, I'll show you when we run by the other end to show you where it goes. When we actually go to Isengard, it connects. Alright, so up the mountain we go here. We get another view for you once we get a little higher. Yes, good, probably. So that's the shortcut. That heads on down to Isengard. Uh, this is where we're going. There's the Misty Outpost. It's not a big building, but it has what it needs inside there. This used to be one of those stone towers, one of these guys over here, that was hanging off the side of the cliff. I remodeled, you can see some of the stone here. This was where it was hanging off, and then I remodeled it to be a little outpost for me. I would have liked to go on to the very top, but there was nothing already built up there, and I want to follow the server rules, which are you only build where something's already at. You don't terraform, which helps with the lag and helps keep everything spread out. So this path here, I'm going to show you, this leads to nowhere. This is going to be one of my ways that when I'm doing my frost cave hunting, this is one of my roads back to my little outpost. All right, so I'll show you that in a minute. Because there are frost caves up in the Misty Mountains. They're usually empty because I check them every day, but they are here. All right. So yeah, here's the little Misty outpost. That's the road to Dunlin that we came down. The road to Isengard we're about to take. This is the road that I might continue towards Rivendell, maybe, or I don't know. We'll see. That'll be a project for another week because that will take me a long time to go all the way up there. So the Misty Outpost, I didn't really decorate it, but it's the building's done. It's got the forge and a bunch of metal in the box because you get a ton of metal from doing the frost caves. I don't know if you know that, but if you break the doors and you break these little fire pot things that are in the caves, they drop either bronze or iron, which adds up quickly. All right, we going the right way? Isengard. All right, here we go. So I get a ton of bronze and a little bit of iron usually from doing my frost cave runs, which is nice because then you don't have to worry about smelting the iron and crafting the bronze. It's already made for you. You get straight bronze ingots. Um, okay, so here's where we're going down the hill here. A little lag there. There's the mountain, Misty Mountain top there. There's several peaks in the real Lord of the Rings, and I was trying to figure out the one to the south. I forget the name of it now, but I may put a little flag post of the name of the mountain at the top at some point once I figure out which one it is. It's our in-game map is still broken, so it's Mistlands patch messed everything up, but we're slowly getting everything back to normal. All right, so that gets back to the Misty Outpost. This heads that shortcut to Dunlin that we skipped, and then this goes down to Isengard. So these are ladder steps on that steep hip mountain because it would have just took forever with all the regular steps. It was really a steep cliff, so I decided to go ladder. I don't usually like that because climbing up them, you like hop like a bunny up them, but it's better than falling to your death every 5 seconds. That Mistland patch, I don't know what they did to fall damage, but they jacked it up. All right, so that ends the Mistlands Mountains Pass, and this starts the Isengard Pass. Yeah, the fall damage. If you mountains that I used to be able to slide right down, no problem. After the Mistlands patch, you slide and then you bounce and then you die. No matter how much health you have, it's something they messed up something with it. But yeah, hopefully this little pass will make our life easier traversing this particular mountain anyway. And I'm hoping other people in my server that live on mountains do something similar. And you can use the stone, you can use the wood, but build a pass, make it easy for us traveling around. Not all of us like to portal everywhere. Some of us like to run around. Alright, so this road goes through a little meadowland. It's right near the River Ison. There is a little bit of plains that touches the meadows and the river up here. It's usually got a few goblins running around, a Deathsquito or two. So, You don't really want to go down there unless you can handle that. But there's the river ice, and you can see, I believe that's Rohan is where the other side of that river. All right, so the river Ison, that's what we're crossing over here. It's a pretty little view. A couple abandoned rafts and ships down there. I know I've left a raft or two down there. This is where the Lox like to roam. I used to have a Lox farm here back in the day, until I moved them all to my base camp. Glad I did that, because you cannot ride those 3-stars anymore. They just get stuck on the nothing. But they used to be able to ride them. We might have to shrink them so we can ride them again. Alright, so that's looking over the plains there. And Isengard's right on the other side of this cliff, but instead of going around it, I thought, why not? Let's go through it, because it looks cooler. And I didn't want to encroach on Isengard too much and build in areas where he may want to build someday. So I thought we'd go the long route. Alright, so there's Isengard, or where it's going to be. It's part of Isengard. It's pretty cool. He's got a good start to it. I like the texture on the outside of the walls. Um, I looked inside his place a little bit with the build camera, and his iron supports are not placed correctly, so he may have some trouble getting much higher. But maybe I'll help him with that if he lets me. Alright, so Fangorn Forest is that way. That's the forest. And welcome to Isengard. Misty Mountain Pass here. That's where it begins. And I did a little tunnel here. If we can tame trolls, maybe I'll put one down there. Just for a joke. Alright, so I ended the road here. I did talk with Saruman, and he said that when he finishes, maybe he will connect a road to this, to wherever he's building. But I didn't want to go onto his land. I did get permission to put this little entranceway here, and he said that was okay. And again, Fangorn is up here. This is the Misty Mountain Pass. Let me see, get one more good view of it. I did a little bit of stone on this part. All right, I hope you enjoy it. Like I said, I'd recommend running it. It's a fun little adventure. All right, Zulog signing out.